I'm joined by.
Oh, this is Justin. I'm killing shit in Destiny right now, mindlessly.
Which leads us to our first fucking thing. What have we been playing? Numbnuts has been playing Destiny 2.
Yeah, it's
How's that?
better than I remember it, but still kind of garbage, but in a good way. I don't know. It's real love hate. Real love hate.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing. So I never finished Rise of the Tomb Raider. I bought it, and never completed the game. I'm trying to finish it so I have an excuse to buy Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And I forgot how easy most of the puzzles are in Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm not saying that they're boring. They're like I have a problem where I fucking overthink them though. Cause you're like, oh, there's no way it's this fucking easy. Why would they make it that fucking easy? So then I'll do like 15 fucking things and then I'll go back and do the original thing I thought of and like, oh, that fucking worked. There's 10 minutes of my life I can't get back.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot of it. It's not really my thing, honestly. But thinking back to, I can't remember which Zelda it was, but one of them were Twilight Princess was a lot like that. Had a lot of the same issues.
That being said, I do like Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's hella fun. I've been having fun with it. I just did the what is it, Yaga Baga DLC in that game. It's where you're going to this one area and like these fucking flowers make you hallucinate and all this crazy stuff. It's a good freaking DLC. Usually I hate DLC. That one was fun. Anyway,
I'm not a
another
fan of
thing.
the system, but
Yeah. Another thing I did this week. So I had a laptop that died last year. I've just been hanging on to it because eventually I was going to do what I did Thursday. I took it apart and I took all the things that still worked, probably because I'm pretty sure I know what died in the laptop. I took them out to save, use in another laptop, use as backup, sell maybe. You never know. You can always use fucking computer parts.
yeah, I've
But what I
got
think.
quite the stockpile.
So what I think died. Hold on, I'll switch to the webcam. What I think died is the fan that shoots the fucking air. Cools down the fucking heatsink on these bastards, and it killed the fucking CPU by proxy. So basically, how the cooling system and I would say 90% of laptops work.
Yeah, probably.
You just have this little fucking heat pipe, takes the heat from the fucking CPU, brings it over to this little heat sink, and then a fan blows the heat out. That's probably what died. I'm no, it was the fucking CPU that died, but I think that's what happened. So what I did salvage though, I got a 1 terabyte hard drive out of that bitch, a battery, which I'm gonna hang on to because the battery's still good. And then this is odd. So I have two. I pulled out two different fucking kinds of RAM out of this. I got a 2 gigabyte and a 4 gig, and this one's Samsung, and this one's SK. The fuck?
As long as it works, right?
Yeah,
Same
that's
speed and
fucking
shit?
odd though, right?
That is weird. Did you build it or did you buy it like
No, I
that?
bought it. It was an HP
Oh,
Pavilion, man. Yeah,
interesting.
here's a 2 gig SK, and then a 4 gig. Oh, come on, focus. Samsung.
Nice.
Why and how? How does that happen?
I don't know, man.
It happened. But that brings us to what we're talking about today. Our
Shitty
favorite subject.
laptops?
Yeah, shitty laptops. Our favorite subject, Apple.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Where do we even start with Apple?
I don't have enough money to talk about Apple, so if I wanted to burn a bunch of money, I'd just light it on fire. At least then it'd be pretty.
So we're not big fans of Apple or their products. One thing I will say though, because I'm going to try to stay as objective as possible here. The
I'm not.
ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem, all the Apple products, they work really, really well together. They like the iPod or the iPhone now, iPhone, iMac. If you're dumb enough and you bought a fucking Apple Watch for whatever fucking reason you thought that was a good idea,
Yeah,
they all play really nice together.
Well, from what I understand now, you can get an Apple router, and it's got some fancy name like Apple Home fucking something. I don't know, but you can link everything up in your house through your Apple router, and it'll even further improve the coordination between everything. It's a great theory. Like it's great in theory.
Like
it would be amazing if all the products actually worked worth half a shit.
Yeah,
and
that's usually where you run into a problem.
Yeah, and they weren't super fucking expensive for no reason, even though they're garbage.
Well, like I said, I do think that the ecosystem works well together. I can recommend Apple products to one type of person. Either somebody who doesn't know much about computers and just wants something that'll work. Kind of. Like, Mac OS to me is just like a very simplistic fucking operating system. I don't like Mac OS personally. I don't know if you've ever used it.
I have. I'm not a fan at all. But
like to me,
I think part of that's just because I've got limited experience with it.
Yeah,
like that might be a big part of it. But
to me, it's like so
my
they
wife
make it harder. It's like that they make it harder to do things that should be simple.
They overcomplicate the shit. But my wife uses it, and she's got all Apple everything, because she fell into the trap, basically. She started buying everything on iTunes, and just, one product to another, and it all transfers, and it's seamless. And now you can actually download iTunes with the Samsung product and still get the quality with the content that you've paid for. But at this point, why even fucking switch back? Because now she feels the same way about Galaxy that I do about Apple's interface. I just, use it, and over a long period of time, you adjust to something different, and then going back to it's a pain in the ass. So.
And one of the reasons I brought up me taking apart my old laptop and taking parts out, guess what you can't do on most Apple products?
You can't. I've worked on a couple Apple products when I was doing the whole technician thing, and everything's very proprietary. You can't upgrade. You can't change anything out. Like, if you have to replace something, good luck fucking finding it, because these assholes cut a hole in it so that it only fits on their one frame, and it has to be that part, because nothing else is going to fit in there, because it's like a jigsaw puzzle. And
everything's soldered.
So you go to the Apple store. Yeah, everything's soldered. And you go to the Apple store and spend $6,000 on a piece of silicone that you could have bought from another company for $80, but whatever.
And here's another like super weird thing about how Apple does their warranties and repair service. So honestly, if you go to Apple, and you could have something as simple as bad fucking RAM, which is one of the easiest fucking things to replace ever.
Yeah, very simple. Very quick change.
Not on Apple, apparently, because they don't just take the fucking DIMM out. They take the whole fucking board. They have to replace the whole fucking board. Why? Here's why.
Everything's proprietary.
Exactly, and they don't want any of their shit getting out into the wild. They don't want anyone being able to do a third-party repair, basically. They definitely don't want anybody they don't authorize to work on their products. And I say work, most of the time they just do a full fucking product replace anyway. Or
Most of the time.
Almost a full fucking product replace.
That's if you're covered. by the warranty.
Yes, you have to be covered.
Generally, their warranties are extremely manipulative. So
not only manipulative, but they sometimes will, if they have a particularly bad product that has an issue, like which Mac was it? Was it the 8126?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
It was one of the MacBooks. I think it was
2010 MacBook.
I was earlier than that. I'm going to go 08.
Was it?
I'm going to go 08.
Okay, maybe it was 08.
But this wasn't Apple's fault.
But
it was Nvidia's fault, really. The 8600 chips that they put in the Apple and in the iMac were bad. So, to get your warranty for that, to get a replacement, you had to take your fucking laptop in, and they'd have to turn it on to test it to see if that, if it qualifies for the warranty. Well, if you had the problem with that fucking bad Nvidia chip, the fucking laptop wouldn't turn on at all.
It wouldn't boot.
Yeah, so
if it won't boot, there's no way to diagnose the issue, and therefore no way for them to replace it.
So it was basically like sorry, can't boot, we can't test it, we don't know what happened.
For $600, you could replace the board, though.
Yeah,
but you've already sunk $2,000 into this laptop.
What's another?
I don't know that I want to pay $600.
Hey, at that point, though, man, what's another $600?
That's one way to look at it, but
hey, I spent $2,000 and this motherfucker won't work. I could take that $600 and buy like a cheap ass Acer fucking laptop, but I'm already here. Just go all in with it. That's the one way to look at it.
It's super shitty, but it's true.
And to really understand how Apple came up with this whole end-to-end connectivity.
Before we go any farther, there's also the issue with the capacitors. Did you want to speak on that at all, or were you going to streamline into that somewhere else?
Well, fuck, since we brought it up.
There were 3 years of bad capacitors.
The same fucking capacitor, too.
The same fucking chip.
The exact same fucking one. You would think after the first year of that shit happening, like, well, maybe we should fucking fix that. Nope.
So just for those of you that don't understand or don't know what we're talking about, which is probably most of you, I don't know the exact capacitor that it was. I know in the last year you'll find info on it. But go ahead.
So the last year it was actually affecting the GPU and the VRAM. So it would basically like kernel panic and just fucking boot loop. What the capacitor was doing, that capacitor wasn't good enough to be on that much, not on. It wasn't good enough to control. It wasn't producing enough. Yeah.
It wasn't producing enough voltage.
It could produce the voltage, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't designed to have that continuous voltage.
Maintain it.
Yeah, maintain it basically.
Thank you.
And then it would just eventually it'd fucking die. And 3 years, same fucking capacitor. They kept putting that fucker in it for some fucking reason. The newest one, though, has been the fucking butterfly keyboard. Have you used the butterfly keyboard?
I have not.
So number one, it's louder than other keyboards on other laptops. I don't use laptops 90% of the time. I have one, but it's like my third option.
Yeah. I don't mind loud keys personally. Like I use
mechanical keyboards.
I have Cherry MX keys, and so it doesn't bother me that it's loud as long as it feels good. As long as I have good response from it.
So the butterfly keyboard, it's almost like typing. What I want you to do real quick, everybody, is move your keyboard and then just put your hand on your desk and start pretending to type. That's kind of what it feels like. I'm not a fan of the keyboard, but one of the problems that keyboard has is it just fucking fails. It just stops working. So either a key will just stop working completely, or you'll hit like the J key and it'll have like fucking 15 J's.
That's obnoxious.
So Apple for the longest fucking time refused to acknowledge that that was a problem when they redesigned the keyboard to put a membrane over the fucking board of the keyboard. You know what I'm talking about, the contact basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't to fix the problem with the keyboard dying. It was to make it quieter. No. Everyone knows why that fucking membrane's in there. It was to prevent the keyboard from fucking dying. But you couldn't say that, because then that would mean that the last product was bad. And
well, they'd have to, yeah.
Apple can't admit the last product was bad.
God forbid they admit fault on something.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't that the keyboard was bad. Absolutely not. And that's another thing. Like, you'll see with people who really, really like Apple. Like, if I have a fucking HP laptop or a fucking Acer or a Dell, and it fucking dies, like the fucking, like on this one, the fucking, this was an HP Pavilion, the fucking fan died. That's fucking HP's fault. That's fucking quality control. If it's an Apple product, well, I guess I did something wrong. You know, maybe I shouldn't have been doing that. No, you're paying like $2,000 for a fucking laptop. It should be able to fucking stand up for like at least 3 or 4 fucking years. $2,000? It shouldn't be like a year fucking long deal. Like if you buy like a cheap ass $400, $500 laptop and it dies within a year, you kind of expected it. You didn't fucking spend a lot of money on it. If you spend $2,000, you expect that thing to freaking work. Speaking of which, do you want to talk about the unibody? The 2010 unibody?
There's so many things that I want to talk about, but I don't know that how far in our... Okay, we're only 20. We're doing good on time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the unibody.
The 2010, the one that was unibody that wasn't. You go.
Okay, I'll take this one. So the unibody was supposed to be a single piece of metal, and that was like their selling point, was like it's structurally fucking sound, and it's this beautiful unibody, one piece of aluminum, great architecture, all this bullshit, right? Turns out it's 2 pieces of aluminum glued together. Okay? Flaw 1. So shit's already, it's aluminum, it's glued together, it's 2 pieces, it's brittle, or not brittle, but where they placed it, like it's got a pretty meticulous fucking fail point right there at the hinges. So they fucking put their fans in also for the CPUs, and the fans blow directly on what part do you think they blow on? The glued part?
Yes.
No, that'd be stupid. Yeah, the glued part. So, if you run this laptop pretty intensively, play a couple games on it or something, you know, for a few hours.
Why would you ever game on a Mac?
Well, because you're a fucking idiot, but that's... I'm sorry if I offended anybody. That's... Fucking stop watching the video. I don't give a shit. But if you would run it intensively, eventually it would heat up. The fans would blow hot air onto the fucking glue for a long period of time, and your little 2 pieces of aluminum back there at the hinge would separate. And when this happened, it would crack the back of the fucking panel, and your screen would also be affected because all
it's fucking
that
falling
shit,
off. It's falling off.
What's holding it in place is pulling down on it. So this turned out to be a massive shit show, and Apple just fucking pretended it wasn't happening for the most part. They came back at, I think, so that was the 2010 model, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
So they release to fix this to finally after like 3 years of people bitching, they go, okay, we fucked up. We'll say it, you know. So they're like, we're gonna throw out a warranty You got a 3-year warranty from the date of purchase. If this thing fails, we'll replace it.
In 2013. This came out in 2010. 3 years ago.
So if you bought your laptop at, if you didn't buy it used already, if you bought it the year that it came out when it was the newest model, you're already fucked. You're already shit out of luck for this.
Yep.
And they're not paying for your stuff. That's one more example of the warranty system that they have that they've fucking put together.
Well,
great company.
This also goes to...
Did I miss anything?
No, you got it.
Okay.
One thing I find really interesting is Apple really does call into question
ethics,
but also
morals?
I was going to say, do it yourself, DIY repair. If I buy a $3,000 fucking product, am I allowed to repair my own item? Apple says no. To be fair though, most not really computers, but like hardware. Like if you buy a fucking GPU, they all come with a sticker on the back that says, "Hey, if you break the seal, warranty's void." Now, technically, that's not legal for them to say that, but they do it anyway, and they know they'll get away with it because no one's going to fucking sue them over that. Because you'd end up wasting more money suing them than you would just buying a fucking new one or something else.
But quite frankly, like, I feel like most people aren't going to go out of their way to try to repair something like that. Like a GPU, or it makes a little bit less sense than to try to replace something inside a laptop. Like,
because a laptop's so easy. Like, laptops, to me, laptops and computers, especially computers now, are so easy to just get in and, like, replace something. Except
laptops
on Macs.
are still a bitch to get into.
Yeah, laptops are a bitch to get into, but, like...
70 fucking screws later.
But after you get them open, like, it's not that hard to take a fucking DIMM out and put another one in.
No, that's easy.
Except on Macs. Because, like I said, they fucking solder almost everything to the board. The best you can hope for is they'll let you fucking put in more RAM. That's about it. I know for a fact they solder the fucking SSDs to their laptops, so if your fucking computer dies and you have really important information on there, well, I pray to God that you put it on the cloud or fucking backed it up, because it's gone if you didn't.
Fuck the cloud.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's gonna... Never mind. If we have time, we'll come back around to phones.
Oh, you mean, you're holding it wrong. Are you talking about?
I was talking about the SD
I know the
card.
cloud, but talking about phones. You shouldn't hold it that way. Try not to hold it that way. Oh, you're losing signal? Oh, you're dropping calls? Maybe don't hold your phone like that, asshole. It's on you.
Like a phone?
Yeah,
I'm holding it like a fucking phone.
But, like I said, the ecosystem, Apple's ecosystem works really well together. God forbid anything goes to crap, though, because then you're kind of shit out of luck.
Pretty much.
So, another thing people talk about a lot with Apple, if you're part of the PC club, which we are, the Apple tax. And we're going to dive into the Apple tax right now. So basically, the Apple tax is, Apple, they charge you so much for hardware, so much more for the hardware, it's just not worth it. You're paying so much extra, it's stupid. Let's find out. So I'm on Apple.com, and we're going to pick an iMac. I would pick a laptop, but I can't fucking build a laptop really by myself. I will, maybe. I have almost all the parts to do that. Not quite enough. But we'll go with the iMac, just because it's easier. It's going to be way easier.
Why don't you do the Mac Pro?
No, and here's why. Because actually the $5,000 iMac Pro, not a bad price.
No?
It's really not. I was actually surprised when I was looking at this earlier. I was like, that's the first one I went to. Like, oh, MacBook Pro, that's got to be... And it's expensive as shit. But really, for the hardware, they're not making that much money on that one.
Really? It's interesting.
So let's pick one here. God, even their fucking website's annoying. Sorry. We'll do that. So what are you thinking here? 21.5 inch or 27 inch?
Go 27.
Okay, 27 inch Mac, iMac. Holy shit. Let's see the starting price here. $1,800. What's the starting... Hold on, I'm sorry. I know we're going to do the 27 inch, but I kind of want to know how much... Okay, the cheapest iMac I can find right now is $1,100. It comes with a dual core, 7th gen Intel i5, 8 gigs of DDR... Okay, wait. You can't configure it to 16, but that's going to cost you more. But 8 gigs of DDR4, 1 terabyte hard drive. Now, is that an actual hard drive? I know they have the Fusion drives that they push a lot, but no, that looks like just a hard drive. Intel Iris Plus graphics 6. I've never seen anybody like fucking really push the fact that they're rocking Intel graphics. Have you?
Yeah. No, I can't say I have.
That's not
I don't
really.
think I've ever been. Maybe here in about 2 or 3 years they will, but
No, not right now.
no.
And then 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports.
Okay.
1920 by 1080. That's display.
Oh, it's not even fucking... Okay. I expected it to at least be fucking Retta or something, since it's... You know, I don't know. I guess it's fucking...
1920 by 1080.
I'm giving too much credit. Alright, cool. So,
Is that
first
the one
thing
we're
we should
going on?
find...
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing we're finding then. Let's find that fucking CPU real fast, eh?
Yep. We're gonna need a CPU, 27-inch monitor, the processor...
No, this is the... no, dude, this isn't even a 27-inch monitor. 21 and a
we're
half.
not doing...
This
Oh,
is
okay. I thought we
21
were
and a
doing
half.
27.
We could do the 27. I don't think it's going to get any better doing that, though. Well, let's see if the 27, do you at least get a fucking graphics card? Yes, you get a graphics card with the 27-inch. Yeah, let's do the...
Oh, okay.
Let's do the 27-inch. So, what do you get with the 27-inch? 7th gen quad core. Oh shit! You get the other 2 cores.
All 4 of them?
You get all fucking 4.
That's half of what I have.
7th gen Intel Core i5 processor. Again, 8 gigs. You start out with 8 gigs of fucking DDR4. You can configure it up to 32, but the standard is 8. Their standard is 18 or 8 gigs, and that's for fucking $1,800. This isn't gonna look good, dude. 1 terabyte Fusion hard drive. Radeon Pro.
Is that like a hybrid drive?
Yeah,
basically.
It's just a hybrid.
Okay.
That's their hybrid Fusion. It's a fucking hybrid. Radeon Pro 570. You don't even get a fucking Vega or anything. You get a 570. 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. Again, 2 Thunderbolt 3s. That's all you get. Suck a dick. And this one's actually a Retina 5K.
Okay.
So that's to me, that's like the best thing that I'm looking at here.
Yeah, that's a lot better than the 1080p 21-inch,
shit,
in
yeah.
my opinion.
That,
Like,
that actually might be worth the fucking upgrade. Because you're
Yeah.
only you're spending $700 more, but you're getting a 5K, you're getting a 5K fucking display, and you're getting an actual graphics card.
Yeah.
Like that, just based on that, it's a better deal.
Definitely.
Not a good deal, but better. I'm trying to give them some props. All right, so first thing, let's get that. Let's go with the processor. So Intel i5. That was an i5 7th gen. So that's not even like that's not even the newest gen. You realize that, right? Let me read that again to make sure.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, it's 7th gen. 7th gen processor. Why?
I got it. I'm tracking.
All right. If the more I think about that, the more pissed off I'm gonna get. So that's gonna be a
All right,
Kaby Lake.
you talk about, or you go ahead and put that together real quick. I'm gonna talk about the battery issue with their phones and why I fucking hate that. Cool?
Go for it.
Alright. So, my wife has had a string of Apple products, as I've said. And, she's mainly had their phones, right? So their phones have they have this issue with their batteries, where over time their batteries wear out pretty quickly. Like in relation to other cell phone batteries. Granted, there isn't a good cell phone battery that's gonna be last you a long amount of time over. You know what I mean? Like none of them are great, right? But theirs are notorious for fucking dying super fast.
Yeah.
And hold on 1 second. Alright, sorry, I was killing shit. So to resolve the issue, Apple came up with a game plan. And it's probably the worst thing I've ever fucking heard. Rather than just having it where you can easily go in and replace the battery, you know, order one on Amazon, pop it in, fucking ready to roll. No, fuck that, because it's Apple. So you can either pay to have your battery replaced, right, which is damn near as much as getting a new fucking phone, believe it or not. Check their website. It's pretty impressive how much they're trying to fucking charge to replace a battery, which I can do in my Samsung in
like
45 seconds.
Yeah. You pop that bitch open, put it in.
Yeah, mine's got the fucking the sealed back. Like, still fucking super easy to do. There's no cover plate. Anyway, I digress. So basically, to remedy the fucking issue, their best solution was, all right, the battery's draining really fast. So as the phone gets older, we will slow down the CPU so that the battery lasts longer. So over time, they are purposely slowing down their phones to extend battery life. The battery doesn't do me a lot of good when I open 2 Google Chrome tabs and the fucking thing freezes up. Like, that's my opinion. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Because I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I don't like. I hate iPhones. I have one. I don't recommend them. Their fucking build quality shoddy, and they're very dubious when it comes to replace parts on their iPhones even. So, I think just recently, like if you had a home button that was replaced and you updated to the latest version of iOS, it disabled your fucking home button.
Really?
Yep.
They love taking shit away, man.
They do.
And then giving it back to you, but charging you for it.
Yes, I really like doing that. Okay.
It seems to be a trend. So my wife, again, same phone. Fucking, they took away her home button and her audio jack. So, her audio jack, whatever. So, to replace the audio jack, they did give her a little dongle. I like to call them dongles.
Yes, everything's got a fucking dongle, dude.
So she's got a Lightning to aux dongle for her phone. Which, alright, cool. At least they give you the option if you don't want to do the stupid AirPods, right? Which, now, if you get the AirPods, you can buy the official Apple strings so that you don't lose them. It's a real fucking thing. Google it. Fucking, you can buy the fucking wires so that you don't lose your AirPods because they don't have wires on them initially. So you're literally going back to what we started with. But to do that, you have to pay $20 extra.
Yeah, of course you do.
But anyway, so if she plugs in her headphones, right, she loses her Lightning port, which means she can no longer charge it. So what's the remedy for that? We have a dual cord, so one Lightning to a Lightning and an audio jack. Guess how much that bitch was?
I'm guessing very cheap. $20.
$39.95. $39 for a USB to Lightning to audio cable.
Yeah, that seems right, dude. Like,
That's
so everything, like the new iMacs, not even the new. They've fucking been doing this for a while. They only
I
have
can buy an aux cord for $5.
They only have 2 fucking ports on most of the fucking iMac Pros and shit. Well,
Yeah.
3 if you count the fucking audio jack, but
Well, you get 5 if you buy a 4-piece expansion for another $80.
or they can suck my dick. Seem fair?
I just the salt.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's still bad. Okay. So I'm almost done here. Just looking for a computer case and a power supply. Not looking great, though. So I'm also going to go ahead and put in a 4K fucking monitor because I can't get a 5K on this. And I'm going to put in some peripheral, like some cheap-ass fucking mouse and keyboard, just like Apple gives you. Don't fucking at me. That shit is terrible. I've used it. So, right now we're sitting at $930. And I even fucking went and put in... Because I know for a fact that the i5 in this fucking thing is not overclockable. But I went ahead and got the K version of it. Just because I could. So that's an extra $30.
Can you throw in a version of Linux also? Or not Linux, but what are they on now? OS X? No. If you can find Apple's software.
Excuse me, are you trying to suggest that you can buy Apple software and put it on a not Apple product?
Is that not a thing? I thought it was worth a shot. I don't know.
You cannot legally do that.
Oh, well, fuck
so
me.
So here's what you could do. So if you knew, like, your aunt, in my case, who has a iMac, you could go over there, fucking download the latest version of Mac OS and put it on a little USB. And then you can look up compatible Mac hardware, put it together, and install Mac OS on that. That's called a Hackintosh. Apple does not like those. Which makes me kind of want to do it. Kind of makes me want to do it.
Throw Windows on there too. Just to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna. No, believe me, I was gonna throw it on there.
I want to be as fair as possible.
I'm trying to be as fair as possible too. Fuck, I'm putting like extra shit that they don't have. So on the 570, I had the choice between like a couple of them. One that was only $200. I went with a $280 version, just to be a little bit more generous. Here's an extra $80 because I know the fucking one in there isn't that good. Anyway, but I am gonna get a cheap case though.
That's fair because theirs are cheap.
Yeah,
we've talked about build quality.
It's probably not gonna be that cheap though.
Have you seen the
$500 one?
Have you seen their monitor mounts for their Apple iMac shit, whatever? So they sell a special mount that's supposed to be nicer than the other one, the one that comes standard. So you pay extra for an additional mount that's supposed to have it's a better looking stand basically. But when you install it, the shit breaks and the screws strip out super easy. Like they just fucking eat the plastic. Like they're not sized right or something. I don't know. There's a video on it. I watched it. I kind of lost interest halfway through, but basically, fucking people are pissed because it's failing. And what happens is once the screws break out of where they're supposed to go in, it ruins the back of your iMac, the mounting points, and then you have a giant tablet, basically.
Hey, tablets are nice though. Also, real quick, anyone who says that Apple invented the tablet, fuck you. They did not. In fact, I played a game last night. I got on Facebook and I just basically said, anybody, I will give you $50 if you can name something that Apple's invented since Steve Wozniak left. There are things, but they're not what people think they are.
Oh, I actually saw that.
Yeah, John, Edgelord Jorn said AirPods.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
fucking wrong. That's
I'm like,
not
dude,
accurate.
Dude, okay, that's Bluetooth and a headset. Or not headset, headphones. They didn't invent Bluetooth, they didn't invent headphones, and they definitely were not the first people to put them together.
Yeah, I saw that one. Anyway, what's our running total at?
So right now we just hit $1,000.
Okay.
We're actually at
And that's a
1,050. Well, I'm not
That's
done
a
yet.
complete PC build. Okay.
That's basically the computer done. Now
Don't forget thermal paste too.
Okay. Actually, good thing you mentioned that. Good thing you mentioned that though, because actually the unlocked version of the Intel i5 doesn't have a stock fucking CPU heatsink. So I'm gonna fucking throw one of those in. And fuck, I'm gonna throw a nice one. I'm gonna get him a fucking all-in-one here.
We're not doing this on purpose. Just know this shit. So sorry if it seems like we're straying off topic and shit. But
yeah, we can't help it.
we.
All right, should I get a fucking all-in-one water cooler, or should I just get a fucking heatsink?
Just get a heatsink.
Okay.
I highly doubt that Apple's putting water coolers.
Oh, they're not. They're definitely fucking. I know for a fact they're fucking not. But I was trying to be like, oh, look at all this extra shit you can have. But we'll just go with. Actually, this is a pretty good heatsink, especially for the price.
You don't need the extra stuff.
And since you mentioned it,
Apple says you don't need it.
So most fucking heatsinks though come with thermal paste pre-applied, or they come with like Cooler Master. Yeah, Cooler Master gives you a little bitty syringe of it, so I'm not gonna throw it in.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
So now we need a 4K monitor.
I highly recommend the Samsung 27-inch 4K, 60 hertz, unfortunately, but
Samsung.
cheap.
What is it?
Reliable.
27 inch.
27 inch. Yep. IP or non-IPS panel. It's it's the TCIP or whatever the fuck it is. TN panel. I'm sorry. Fuck me. What am I talking about?
Also helps us search 4K.
Yeah, it should be about 300.
Ooh, they don't have it. Hold on.
Are they out of stock?
They're giving me TVs. I should have just specified monitor.
Yeah. Fuck were you thinking?
I don't know. I'm an idiot. $500 you said, or $400?
I said I bought mine for $270.
I'll tell you what. We're gonna go with, since honestly it's a very good display on that, I'm gonna spend a little bit more here.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, do it.
So
I don't know. I feel this is a really great display. Like I've had great fucking luck with it.
well, you know what? Actually, let's see. I'm gonna go with this one. I didn't spend as much as I was going to originally. Mostly because that one was a little fucking ridiculous how much they were charging for that one. So here we go. And let's go ahead and throw in Windows now. Okay. So we're at our 10 items.
What do we got for total price?
So our total price Where are we at? 1,577.
Versus what?
18.
Okay, so yeah, 300 bucks. That's a pretty good chunk, and you're getting extra shit.
Yeah, I was about to say. But not only is it $300 cheaper, I also spent more than I really needed to here. Like, I got how much was this fucking... Where is it? How much is this fucking motherboard I got? Was $270, 267 fucking dollars.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous for a motherboard.
That's it.
I got the unclocked version of the i5 that they're using. I know for a fact that the one that they have in that iMac is locked. Do you know how I know for a fact? Because that's actually the exact one my aunt has. So I've tested that one. I've played with that one. Guess what? Not great. Not great at all.
I can imagine.
I also, if I wanted to be cheap, I could have got a $200 version of the fucking 570 that I put in here. So that would have saved us another $70. So total, just by being a little bit cheaper and fucking really gauging it, I could have fucking saved another $300 probably. Or not 300, another 100, 150 maybe. Actually, just for shits and giggles, real quick. Oh, what? Oh, that also probably will help if I would get rid of that. Please remove this. Remove selected. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. So it's a little cheaper than I originally thought because somehow I accidentally clicked a couple of warranties here.
Well, does Apple's come with a warranty?
Yeah, but that's only if you buy the warranty. I think you have to buy the warranty and you have to have Apple Care. And let's face it, Apple warranties are kind of fucking worthless.
That's true.
As I think we've shown already. So $1,500. So you're saving a full $300 now. And again,
nice.
You can still cut a lot of money here. Like, especially you can downgrade this not even downgrade, just get a cheaper version of this fucking graphics card. Fuck, at this price though, you could probably upgrade that shit to a 580.
My 580 was only $280.
10 more fucking bucks, you can get a 580. Like, you can get an actual SSD, because I wouldn't spend this much for a fucking Fusion. It was a $70 fucking Fusion drive. Fusion drive. Why am I calling it that now? It's a fucking hybrid drive. It was a $70 hybrid drive. I probably would just fucking spring for an SSD, even though you'd get less storage out of it. It's just better. It's faster.
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it. But
yeah.
There's definitely a little bit of an Apple tax there. But to be fair to Apple here, most companies do have kind of a hardware tax because they're putting together stuff like that. But $300, and again, I was being very generous with some of the stuff I was picking out. Like, if I wanted to be really dirt cheap, I would have kept with the fucking the locked version of the i5 and just got a fucking B250 on this, on 7th gen Intel?
I don't know off the top of my head.
We'll go B250 motherboard, which would have been like 60 fucking bucks. I could probably find a $60 one dirt fucking cheap. So that'd be another $200 fucking dollars we could lose right there. I don't think I've bought Windows 10 since I've switched to Windows 10.
I haven't. The last Windows I paid for was 7.
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, it was 8. I bought 8.
Yeah, I mean, so I basically just stole the Windows 10 from the computer I sold to Talon, our friend, one of our friends. I sold him my old computer. I legit took the Windows key off of that one and put it on my new one.
Nice. Has he figured it out yet?
Come on. Who are we talking about?
Oh, that's fair.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure there's. Eventually, it'll fucking pop up, but.
It did. It'll say
Oh, it
activate.
did?
It'll say
Okay.
activate Windows in the little right-hand corner.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna cover it for now. I don't think we're done with Apple though.
No, I have plenty more to say. I just.
Like there's they will provide us with at least 8 shows worth of material. God bless them for
Probably.
being around.
We're gonna try to space it out.
Yeah. Like eventually I do want to go into Apple's history.
Yeah.
That's just going to be a bitch to do a lot of research with, so we're probably going to save that one for a while. I want to talk about Steve Jobs. Yeah, I want to talk about Steve Jobs because he's a fucking smelly hippie. I want to talk about Steve Wozniak, the savior and creator, in my opinion, of the personal computer, and all-around cool dude. And I don't know. I think we'll just have to bust a bunch of fucking Apple myths too, because they're, like I said earlier, like people think they fucking invented the tablet. They did not. They didn't invent the smartphone. They didn't invent the fucking MP3 player. Mac OS is based off Unix. They didn't even make their own fucking operating system, really. And even the original Macintosh operating system that they bitch about Windows stealing, they stole from fucking Xerox PARC. There will be plenty to fucking talk about. Until then, I think we've had enough. I've stared at fucking Newegg way longer than I ever really wanted to. Picking up.
If you guys want to buy PCs from us, we can sell you Apple. What are they called? iMacs. If you want to buy an iMac, we'll build it for you and send it to you. Low price of $1,800.
Yeah, very low.
In fact, it'll be better than the $1,800 iMac that you get from Apple.
Actually, it would be. Do you know why? Because you could replace any of the parts that they go out.
Yeah,
because
no
it would
warranty,
actually have good.
It
would actually have good cooling. It wouldn't overheat and kill itself like all fucking Apple products do. It'd be better. It'd be fucking overclockable.
Facts.
Hey, maybe we should get into that business, get sued by Apple, and go to jail.
build all of their products to the exact same spec and then sell it for the same.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
You'd make a shitload. All right.
Hey, we can't do any worse.
I mean, that's like $600 straight profit for most of their fucking products. So.
No shit. Well, the bad thing, dude. Think how much fucking more money. Cause like the biggest thing that I fucking spent money on in this is the graphics card, obviously. And like I said, I really over fucking paid for this. And
yeah,
fucking
definitely.
200. Like I would never buy this expensive of a fucking motherboard for an i5. Maybe if it's a fucking i7, and I'm going to be using that platform. If I'm using that platform for a fucking long time, if I'm like, all right, this is going to be my only computer, I'm not going to upgrade for a while. Maybe, but that's still like a shit ton of money to spring on a motherboard.
I don't know, man. You know how I feel about fucking building PCs, and like,
yeah,
could I build a $2,500 PC if I wanted to? Yeah, I could go do it right now, but I have other shit to spend my money on. I don't want to spend $2,500 on a PC. I build 8K or fucking 4K gaming PCs for $800.
Hold on,
real quick. It runs great.
Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that motherboard and that graphics card. I'm just gonna replace them like super quick just to see. All right.
I'm just saying, like, if you really wanted to, you could build a much better PC. If you tried and you took the time, and you really looked for parts.
Yeah, and really, this was us, literally me just looking and picking parts here.
Yeah, this to, you know.
Hold on, I've already saved this $200. Okay, well, there's $200. 570. And thanks. So now, with that new pricing and me being way more conservative and buying shit that I would probably buy if I'm building this, $1,200.
Yeah, that's fucking $600 in savings right there.
$1,200 compared to 18.
So literally a third of the price for the. If we look at it from a hardware perspective, if you went out and bought yourself an iMac right now, 1/3 of the price of your iMac is for the Apple logo on the back.
Yep.
So, do what you want, guys. Have fun. That's all you.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Till next time.
Yep.
Same bat time, same bat place. God, I hate myself for saying that. All right, peace.